is a movie that is out now on Apple TV Plus. I got the privilege of checking this out, not as a screener, but I just browsed Apple TV one night. I was like, what's this movie? So Coda, for people that don't know, stands for Children of Deaf Adults, and as a Coda, Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family. When the family's fishing business is threatened, Ruby finds herself torn between pursuing her love of music and her fear of abandoning her parents. Coda is more than just a coming-of-age story. Coda is able to present the hardships of the deaf community by not talking down to them, in my opinion at least. I've never interacted with anybody who is deaf, but in my opinion, I feel as if this didn't talk down to the deaf community. It definitely brought awareness as to what the hardships are that they face. It was also able to showcase how the deaf community works, how it functions, and how somebody in a deaf family who can hear is able to help their loved ones out if they are deaf. It also presents camaraderie, friendship, joy, and love. And I think in movies like this, you really need to hammer that message home. At the core here, it is a coming-of-age story, but I think it was a smart move to present the deaf family as the crux to get the story going and put them in situations to move away from what can feel like a formulaic coming-of-age story. And it does feel a bit formulaic at times, but every time we focus on Ruby trying to help her family and her interpreting the sign language to others for her family, it allows you to have sympathy for not only the characters, but for everybody who is in the deaf community. There are many scenes in here where I just literally almost broke down because of how troublesome it seems like some situations could be for somebody in a deaf family. Scenes floored me in that regard. And I was legitimately almost in tears because I felt so bad for these people. But this movie is able to offer up even more heartwarming moments that are going to make you cry for different reasons. So those always balance out the moments that feel tough to watch for a family that is deaf. I want to talk about Emilia Jones as Ruby. She plays the lead role in this movie. Her breakout role for sure. I thought she was really good. The amount of preparation she had to go through for this role had to be time-consuming. She had to learn sign language. She interacted with the deaf community. She had to learn how to be an interpreter for a deaf family. That's a lot to put on a young actress, but she really pulled it off. This is by far her breakout role. There are moments where it does dive into formulaic coming-of-age story tropes, but it easily escapes those by presenting a heartfelt story about a deaf family. And as long as the movie didn't feel like it was talking down to the deaf community, at least from my point of view, I was okay with that. And I could let some of the formulaic aspects of the movie fly. I'm gonna say you will really enjoy Coda with a full bucket of popcorn. If you haven't checked this movie out, check it out. It's on Apple TV Plus. I really enjoyed it. I watched it late last night. I actually thought I was going to fall asleep, but I was so into it and I was so hooked and I wanted to see what was going to happen next that I stayed awake. So it was one of those things where I was just going to put on the background and fall asleep, but I ended up watching the entire thing. So if you have seen Coda, is it one of your favorites of the year? Drop me some feedback in the comment section below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.